Welcome to Seat Time, where we drink beer and talk about all the happenings with motorcycles. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Seat Time. This is episode 37. My name's Brian Pierce, one of your friend hosts.
And I'm Jason Schmidt. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to also encourage you to watch us and check out our goings-on throughout the week on our website, seattime.co.
And it happened you'd be one of them Facebook people. You go to facebook.com/seattime and see everything that goes on there.
And if you tweet real hard, you can follow us on Twitter at seattime_co.
We're social hard. Social.
Yeah.
There it is.
We get our social on. As usual, run through our weekends. Mine was not terribly eventful. Didn't go out, do anything crazy.
But you had fun.
Yeah.
Which is what matters.
Yeah, the girl came up from Austin, hung out at the place, spent some time drinking with friends.
Yeah.
Nothing earth-shattering.
I heard you were a baby.
Just a good weekend. No, I was an enormous child. That was a subject of conversation.
Things did come up.
Yes.
Well, you're a huge human being right now, not in, the wide sense, but in the tall sense.
Yeah. I mean, not to peel the curtain back too much, but
I'm sure
we have to make
fine.
Adjustments to try to get us both into the same.
So I'm like on the 8 phone books right now. What's the big deal?
Yeah. Who knew? You know how long it takes to find 8 phone books these days?
These days?
Yeah.
Yellow pages, the blue pages, we got the red pages.
Yeah. Interweb killed the phone book, kids. Look it up.
I know, I can't sit on the internet.
Yeah.
But this weekend, I actually did have a lot of fun. Friday night, kicked it, saw Dolphin Tail on Saturday. That was actually nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Not too bad if you got kids. Go ahead and take your kids.
I didn't try to gnaw through my own wrist halfway through this movie.
It was not the worst thing if you have kids. Your kids are going to enjoy it, and you'll enjoy it because your kids do. So it'll be a good time. And then our buddy Scratch and a bunch of his family members and friends, they kind of had a big birthday celebration at their compound on Saturday. We had a mini redneck extravaganza. That was fun. I woke up with another Jack hangover on Sunday. Who would have thought? Because of Candace. I blame her.
Yeah, that's the usual.
Whoops. So that was a good time. But overall, my weekend was really good. I looked at my bike. I moved some things around in the garage because I can now walk a little bit with my boot, no crutches. Things are looking up. Things are looking up.
That's aiming high when you're just like, awesome, I can walk.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't even have rehab yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
But they actually did have a couple guys racing this past weekend, and I think that
That's crazy talk. I don't believe it.
I don't.
Well,
nope. Purple drink.
Yeah, purple drink. Final round of the National Enduro Series was run out this weekend in Matthews, Indiana. The Muddobbers National Enduro, and we had news.
Do you think they had a committee for that name?
No, I think that's a name that's been in place since the dawn of time, and no one really.
Yeah, like Tyrannosaurus Rex died right next door to the Muddobber.
Yeah, exactly. Got information from Alex McRae, Cole Hensley, and Zach Ingram, and from the sounds of it, the course was real muddy, slick, and had a ton of big log crossings, which I'm sure is quite exciting for you. But
I'll cross wood every now and again.
Yeah,
not streams though.
Yeah,
don't ever cross streams.
No, Ghostbusters has taught us all that it's never the right thing, no matter how much fun or how much that dude always tries to pay you extra. But
am I supposed to do that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this was the final round, kind of a winner takes all. Yes. The points were pretty close, with Mullins going in with just a 1-point lead over Bobbitt, and Bobbitt came out swinging.
Boom.
Took
out of the park.
Yep. Won all the test sections except for the second, which was having to get thrown out due to marking issues, which that was kind of...
That always kind of sucks. That happened at the train robbers as well. I mean, I can only imagine that they probably had a lot of rain, just like they did at train robbers.
Yeah.
Not as much, but still, I mean, it just...
Yeah, I don't think that
kind of sucks for a
place
championship
ever...
to come down to a test getting thrown out. I mean, obviously, Bobbitt won them all, but if, it had been, 1 second difference and there would have been a test thrown out, that would have been controversial.
Yeah,
so
but there was a decent gap to begin with. I think it was,
that's because Bobbitt kicked his ass.
Yeah. Mullins was still able to finish second on the day, but he was over a minute behind, so it's not like there was some small disparity in time. Yeah, and Lafferty was third on the podium and aboard the new Husaberg TE250.
Yeah, what is that, 2-stroke? Yes.
Yeah, which exciting to see more and more of them about.
Yes.
He rode it well.
Not that it's a marketing ploy, but maybe it is.
Yeah, and Lafferty actually, the second test that we were talking about that was removed, Yeah, he kind of won that.
Yeah, he won that.
So,
Mike Lafferty.
Lafferty. Mike Larry.
Larry!
Yeah, and...
Was it Mike Jones have to smack a bitch? What is that?
No, that's Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brett. Whoa.
Yeah.
Purple drink.
Purple drink. No, but you had some thoughts on Bobbitt.
Oh, man, dude. No, seriously, all in all, extremely happy to see Russell Bobbitt on top. With... I mean, you know, you turn the light switch on, stuff. I mean, seriously, when it comes down to the National Enduro Series, though, I'm really happy to see Bobbitt in the #1 position again. I think that he really earned it. He has kind of done his homework. He realized last year that he was kind of going out trying to win again, but all these guys from the GNCC Series were coming in, taking wins, and he was like, I got to step up my game. What am I going to go do? I'm going to go race the GNCC with these guys, get some speed up, go faster. He did it. He won it. Boom! Charlie Mullins is now only get to try to win himself a GNCC title, not an Enduro title.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like Mullins, I just like Bobbitt more.
Yeah. And it's one of those, there's no rhyme or reason to who we like and why, just different riders that we all dig, so.
Oh, here it is. Because of the purple drink, congratulations, Russell Bobbitt on your 4th Enduro Championship.
Yep, congrats, man. Congratulations, Barney Rubble, apparently, is who we were talking about at first.
That's okay. Russell Bobbitt was in there, too, at some point. Okay, so if you had been in Denver, Colorado, you would have had a chance to miss the biggest EnduroCross, which would be round 5, if you did not go. It was actually really fun racing. So, obviously, 4 rounds into it, Tadej Blazusiak has not lost. So, obviously, everybody's like, can Tadej Blazusiak be beaten? Apparently, he still can't be beaten, but he can almost be beaten, and that is what happened this past weekend. It can get closer, and so that means, yes, he can be beaten. Anybody can be beaten. Under the right circumstances, sometimes it kind of comes down to it. But, so, what did we have? We had Jeff Aaron, we had Mike Brown, and Cody Webb. Those guys were really fighting hard in the main for a win over Tadej Blazusiak. But early on, Blazusiak, coming into the weekend, set the fastest hot lap. Which, hot lap, they set him up on Saturday, one person on the track, they go for who can get the fastest lap time. That allows them to pick their gates in the heat and then the main later as well when they're the results from their heats. So, if you get a really good hot lap, you get a better gate pick in your heat, you get a better chance of getting a good start. That's the way it kind of works. Okay, so Tadej Blazusiak, awesome, won his hot lap. But when it came down to his heats, he won his heat. Who was it? Cody Webb and Colton Hager. Yeah. All those guys won their heats, respectively. And that shows a lot because of the fact that Mike Brown and Jeff Aaron typically are some of the ones on top winning their heat classes. So we go down to the main. What happens? We got Mike Brown and Jeff Aaron actually jumping out in front of Tadej Blazusiak. Tadej Blazusiak, though, does kind of quickly move past from the rock section past them, but goes down in the matrix, giving them the lead back. So what happens then? We've got Mike Brown and Jeff Aaron in front of Tadej Blazusiak. Well, we've got Mike Brown going down. We've got Jeff Aaron going down. We've got Tadej Blazusiak passing people. And then we've got Jeff Aaron and Cody Webb fighting for it. I mean, it was the racing I think that everybody really wanted to see. You don't want to see Tadej Blazusiak almost lapping the entire field.
Yeah, when there's that big of a jump on everyone else, it takes the excitement out of it. And having Tadej, as great as it is to have someone that's that standout of a talent, having some actual competition to it instead of saying, okay, who's going to get second and third?
Right.
How's that going to lay out?
Yeah. And
it's much better for the sport.
Oh, I know, I totally agree, and it was also very good to see Jeff Aaron at the second place podium. You know, he was second overall last year. It just hasn't seemed to be as consistent this year, whatever, the reason may be. But second place, we had Mike Brown in third. Cody Webb was in fourth, so, and so, Cody Webb's really awesome on his beta. I would have liked to see him on the podium. But, okay, so Tadej wins another round of EnduroCross. The big question, can he officially be beaten? He can. It just needs to happen. He's got 2 rounds left, so let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a large points lead. He's pretty much got the championship.
Yeah, I think they could probably hit him with the tranquilizer dart off the line, and he'd still be competitive. So
yes,
have to wait and see. That's not an encouragement to do that, though. I'm sure that our
I don't know. Pretty sure David Knight would be into it, though.
Oh yeah, Knighter would be happy. No,
you want me to ride my bike into who? Yes,
do it. Our friends at LACC held round 8 of their series in Loringer, Texas.
That was Loringer, Louisiana.
Nah, that's what happens when I read and don't think about the words coming out of my mouth. With the weather changing and the cooler temperatures coming in, all of us have been loving it here in the Dallas area, and it was the same there.
Not 110.
Yeah, exactly. You don't sweat to death walking 10 feet. Lows in the 50s. There was minimal dust and just a good time to be out at the races with friends and family. In the XC1 class, Joel White got the whole shot, but lost the lead quick due to a smaller mistake. He regrouped, but only to be passed by Brian Vaughn for the lead. Vaughn put on a strong charge to get the lead and didn't lose it. He held out all the way to the end from that point on. Joel White stayed strong enough for second, and Jason Harvey rounded out the podium in third. And as always, we wanted to mention one of our favorite riders, Andy Baby. He came in fourth.
Andy Baby.
Might be Beeb, but we're going with Baby.
Baby. I like it.
I do
Baby?
too. That guy's totally going to kick our ass.
Baby. Okay, so obviously there have been tons of moto sites that have talked about the silly season and stuff like that that's been going on. And this year has been kind of nuts. There's a lot of people changing brands, changing bikes, changing just all kinds of sponsors. Some of the fun ones this week were the fact that Dungey has officially gone to KTM. And the press release went out, like a minute or 2 minutes after his official end date or time of his Suzuki contract. Yeah. So, obviously that's been kind of sitting there in the works for a little bit, waiting for it to happen. And it kind of
plays into what everyone thought, that he would try to go with who he was comfortable with, going to DeCoster. Yeah. And so, not a big shock.
Yeah, and I mean, you've had Michael Alessi riding and testing on a 450 all last year. I mean, we had Andrew Short on the 350 last year, but with Alessi testing the 450 and riding the 450, I would think Dungey's going to come in with a pretty good bike. I mean, that's kind of a hot point for some people that Dungey's on KTM. I honestly
don't see that there's going to be this, that he's going to be lacking in any way with the bike given to him.
Yeah,
I think having I think it's going to be one of the greatest things to kind of silence the KTM debate on whether they're on par or not. The fact they now have one of the big names, one of the big four on their bike. And so
somebody who can win a championship, because he has won a championship. And right now KTM does have the money, the want, and the need to win a championship with this contender. So the money's there, the rider's there. I mean, I really think that it all comes down to who can or who cannot beat him at this point. So it'll be fun to see. Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome.
No, I'm excited for it.
Because it does change things up from the typical norm of the
usual Japanese
manufacturers. Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting just because they're going to hold a train of thought a lot better than me.
Yeah, that's okay.
It happens.
But speaking of the Japanese manufacturer, Short went back to Honda. But he's not on the American Honda team. He is on the new Larry Brooks, Jerry McGrath team. Mm-hmm. So, Jerry McGrath started a Honda team, and they have factory Honda support. There's American Honda, who has American Honda factory support. And there was Chad Reed, who had factory Honda support last year.
Yeah,
so
once everyone else was out.
Is he going to have it again? I don't know. He did pretty good.
Yeah, he was still a podium spot for the outdoors and did well. Supercross, I don't see why they wouldn't continue to flow him some support.
Yeah, I know. I mean, a hydraulic clutch is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So that's always good to see. And then, of course, to always fun speculations, so Stewart and Alessi haven't really said where they've been going. It is up in the air that they've been testing on Suzukis and that they're, Alessi's been on Suzuki before, been very, very good on a Suzuki. And then James Stewart, who has not historically ridden for Suzuki, may go to yellow. So it'd be interesting. We do have the Monster Energy Cup coming up, and so that's where they may be on test bikes at this point. I mean, who knows? So it could just be fun.
Yeah, one of those wait and see. Well, other things that are coming up.
Ooh.
We'll have round 9 of the National Hare and Hound at the Johnson County OHV in California. Kurt Caselli has the point lead in the series, and right now with his performances to date, it really seems like this will be another opportunity for a runaway on his part.
He has definitely, Kurt Caselli has, of all the names like David Pearson and Kendall Norman and guys like that, not that they're bad riders by any sense, but it's just Kurt Caselli has been competing on such a national level and such an international level with the the ISDE and some of the other world enduros. It just kind of seems that he could kind of come in at this point and just carry that momentum, keep going, and come away with a win. But maybe they've been sitting around for so long, they're going to just ride their balls off. I don't know. Guys that I know are going to be going for it this weekend, they're going to be at the GNCC this coming weekend, which is going to be in St. Clairsville, Ohio at the GNCC Powerline Park. And was this round 12? So we got Charlie Mullins, who is 17 points up on Josh Strang. So obviously that is still a battle. And I know Josh Strang wants to bring that points margin in. Caleb Russell has been riding really, really well and has been on podiums a lot lately. So I think that we could definitely see him coming to the top spot very soon. He just needs to stay upright and stop going down in the rocks. And then, of course, we got Paul Whibley and Nate Canny. Those guys have been putting in very good performances. Paul Whibley with a couple wins. So we'll see if those guys can stay consistent and keep Mullins and Strang a little bit more happy and less points. See if they can tighten it up a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. And then there's the XC2 stuff. Can Stuart Baylor get another win? Can Jordan Ashburn carry through and get a fourth win? There's Jason Thomas. Is he going to get another win? He's only had one this year. So inconsistencies and consistencies in the XC2 class that I'd like to see that can either play out or stop and move on. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Closer to our area, locally we'll have round 11 TCCRA in Brazos Valley, Texas, and that's just outside of Cleburne for those in the area.
Purple drink is good. You should have some. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens at this TCCRA race. As we've said, the weather here has been really, really bad. We've had bad droughts. I think we've had 2 inches this entire year of rain. I mean, it's been pretty bad in certain areas. But we did, this past week, have a lot better weather, a little bit nicer rain, some moisture. So this weekend could be a little bit better for the guys. We'll see if Cameron Ishmael, Caleb Ramsey, Austin Henderson, who's going to come away with a win here. I don't know. But there's going to be a Torque series as well. We had Martin Howell, who won the Caney Creek last weekend, is a big Torques competitor. So we're going to see how he's going to do. They'll be at the Gorks Ranch, which is southeast of Austin in Rockney, Texas. So it could be pretty interesting. I know that we've got a lot of stories. You guys have a lot of stories. Y'all probably ride more than we do at this point, just with all the injuries and all the life stuff that's been going on. Please hit us up, stories@seatime.co. We'd love to hear about your weekend and what you got going on. It'd be a good time.
Very much so.
You think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for paying attention. This has been episode 37, and I think we are out. Remember, always enjoy a pint full of awesome. Don't chug. This is vodka.
See ya.
Bye, kids. Do y'all really want the unicorn back there? The green unicorn?
It's not a unicorn.
It's a My Little Pony.
I'm so sorry.
And yes.
So yes.
Got it. Nailed it.